4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, Ryan here, Pretty Talk of Commentary. This is going to be the third set in the first round of Winners League playoffs between STX Soul and the Woongjin Stars. 1-1 at the moment. Soulkey bringing Woongjin Stars back into the game. And he's going to be facing up against Modesty, who is at 12 o'clock as the purple zerg. And we're going to have Soulkey himself at the 8 o'clock as the, I think it was white, maybe beige zerg. So, start off, Cal facing off against MVP. Cal beat MVP after a very nice long macro game. What really nice low econ game. Then that got followed up with Soulkey beating Cal in a surprise, bit of an upset, I think, but playing very well. And now STX Soul are sending out Modesty, which I actually feel is a very smart decision on their part. Modesty, he's not one of the best players, but he is a role player in the game. Now, aside from him, they have Cam? I don't know what I was trying to say. They have Calm and Hwasun, I think, to act as like role players. So if Modesty fails, they can send out Hwasun, the red sniper, to pick off the zerg. But I think, honestly, this is a good decision because Modesty might altogether not a fantastic player, but he is a very good ZVZ player. And that's exactly what I think what they're trying to do. They're not, they're basically, go out there, beat Soulkey in a ZVZ, and then just do your best in the game afterwards. Whatever happens afterwards, just whatever, Maybe, they're trying, hopefully, if Modesty wins, maybe afterwards they'll send out Quandro or Zero. And in a ZVZ, Modesty is definitely capable of beating most players. Even Jaedong on a good day, I feel. Let's see, both players, I think, going for overpulls, indeed. I think I saw Extractors coming up at close enough to being the same time. Or, no, never mind. Oh, I thought the Extractor was up. No, Extractor quite a bit late for Soulkey, actually. I thought that was up beforehand, so I might be getting a little bit wrong on my spawning pull timing. I'm wondering whether I actually saw that wrong and whether Modesty actually went for a 9 pull instead. That might be the case. I'm not overall too sure. But let's see, on the opposite side, that's interesting. Soulkey's actually going to go for a very quick expand, follows up roll. This is very standard these days, going to overpull and then follow it up with an expansion. Nothing altogether unstandard about this, but yeah, apparently no, both players did go for overpulls, just Modesty went for a much sooner, for a somewhat sooner Extractor, going to get his lair very early, so he's not going to be worrying about econ. He's going to try to, I'm wondering whether he's racing for mutas or attempting to get some speedlings out there. I think he was going for speedlings. He probably would have cut his gas very soon. He probably would have cut his gas by now, but I think he's racing towards speedlings, towards mutalisks very quickly. On the opposite side, we see Soulkey going to go for those initial 6 zerglings, going to spot the overs are going to spot each other, but zerglings on both sides coming out. Only 4, I think, there for Modesty, and a second hatchery. Okay, so Modesty is actually going to go for a low econ build. He's going to go for 1 base with 2 production hatcheries standing right next to each other. So I think he's just going to try to get to muta as fast as humanly possible, then produce muta at a very high rate right out of the gates and try to win that way. Try to do as much damage to the troop count and the economy of Soulkey. And this might actually work if he pulls this off correctly. Soulkey is going to find himself a little bit vulnerable early on, depending on how quickly he gets his own Spire out there, because the lair is almost ready now for Modesty. But this is going to be very precarious, very specific timing, where I'm just wondering whether Modesty is going to be able to get enough zerglings out there, enough time. My phone's ringing again. I'm wondering, why do people always call me when I'm casting StarCraft? It's like the first set, someone was calling me. The third set, someone's calling me again. I mean, I'm very happy to be so freaking popular. It's awesome, I guess. But, at the same time, I'm busy. Hey, it stopped. It's only after 3 rings. That's interesting. Usually people annoy you for ringing endlessly and endlessly, and they never stop. But anyway, I was talking about something. I think I saw Modesty's lair pop, but yeah, it's all going to be about timing. I'm wondering whether he's going to have Mutalist out there in enough time to go out and do damage before Soulkey's going to have his own defense up. Soulkey's going to go in there, going to spot exactly what's happening, and he instantly moves out with a bunch of his zerglings. Speed upgraded, I think. Not quite sure, but yeah, he's building a bunch of zerglings out there. He's just going to group up. Modesty does not have much coming up at all, but he does have creep colony. He probably spotted that attack coming in, has a creep colony up, but Modesty, Soulki, I'm sorry, going to have quite a bit more troops. He's going to try to run off this ramp. More reinforcement coming in. Modesty going to have a very small reinforcement out, but at the very least, he's going to try to hold off on this ramp as long as humanly possible. If he manages to get the Sunken colony up, he might decide to pull back. More reinforcements coming in for Soulki. Soulki going to try to penetrate out this ramp. He's going to be able to manage to do it. He highly outmaneuvers Modesty's forces. Modesty only has 3 Zerglings now, almost a full control. I think that's a full control, but the Zerglings manage to get in. Sunken colony just on morphing in. Drones are going to try to run to safety. I think Soulki's going to manage to possibly do a lot of damage. Oh, no, not quite. I'm not quite sure whether he actually picked off that much. Mules are going to be on the way. Meanwhile, an Evo Chamber coming in almost ready, and a couple of creep colonies. Very quick reactions there by Soulki. He's going to put up a couple of spore colonies at his base to react to this Mutalisk threat. I think he delayed his Spire. Yeah, I don't see a Spire. He definitely delayed his Spire just to get all that up, just to get all those huge amount of Zerglings very quickly. Meanwhile, hiding a few Zerglings at Modesty's natural expansion. The Modesty is going to have Mutalisk out there very quickly, but he's got to be very careful how he uses them, because for one thing, he now has to worry about a run by into his own base while he's going up being aggressive with the Mutalisk just right now. This is exactly what Soulki wants to do. Soulki just wants to keep the attention at Modesty's own base. Meanwhile, trying to pick off gas mining drones, doing a beautiful job of that. No drones mining gas. And every little delay, a 3rd drone getting picked off. Beautiful play by Soulki. He's just delaying Modesty as long as he can. And mind you, Soulki's not really mining at all at his natural expansion, but he's getting defenses up out there. He's going to start mining there from soon enough. Again, running in right into the main. Nothing but one single Sunken colony and a few drones to defend. Mutalisk running back, but he's definitely doing enough damage, picking off drones. I think he got 3 there again. Wow. We'll get another one. I'm not quite sure. I think he got 2. I think he got 3, maybe 2. Not to go there too sure. Spire on the opposite side and ready for Soulki. Has 2 spore